Kevin Harlan.
And a look at the dazzling arches of the Bay Bridge and beyond it, San Francisco. Welcome, everyone, to the Golden State, Oakland, California. Home of the Warriors is their conference opponent right here. The Bulls are in the midst of a road trip going into this one. It is not performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
And looking at Chicago, they haven't let down their fan base in terms of where they are early in the season. They've notched some huge wins and just kind of edged themselves up the standing.
Greg, I would not call them elite yet, but there's no doubt they can hang with any team in the league when they're on top of their game.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Derrick Rose is out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Pippen. Then it's Weber, and it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Curry. Here's Chamberlain. Connects in the foul line jumper.
Chamberlain! And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
On defense, Chicago, they come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated. How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
Now here's Curry. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Clippers.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Well, you have to respect the way Vince Carter has just aged gracefully. A superstar in his day, Clark. You knew his game so well. Even in his late 30s, he's still getting it done.
Got a lot that he brings to the table still, Kevin. I mean, not just to score. He can pass, defend, rebound, and not to mention his veteran leadership and savvy.
And also, guys, Vince Carter is tireless in what he calls his old man workouts. I mean, keeping his body healthy and up to the challenge of the long NBA season, not to mention holding on to some of that bounce from his younger days. Every now and then, he'll give us a little taste of Vinsanity.
That one misses.
And we see in the second year of a 3-year deal, you know, he struggled to make shots last season. We'll see if this proves to be a bounce-back season for him. And it looks like he might just game today, Clark.
Carter on the wing. Pass to Barry. And Carter has it in the corner. Outside, Green. Let's go. Drains the 19-footer. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Kicks to Weber. Pass to Gilmore. It's rebounded by Golden State. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And here's a look at some of the most multi-dimensional players in the NBA. Not only can they pass, they can fill it up. The highest scoring point guards this season. Number 1, Steph Curry. And, of course, Derrick Rose.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the age we're living in right now. I mean, it's not uncommon to see a point guard lead his team in scoring, which used to be almost unheard of. And these guys here are all capable of carrying the scoring load for their team on any given night. 4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Outside Jordan. There's a good screen. Here's Pippen. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The shot's good from Barry.
Oh, he got him. Gorgeous reverse.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Rose gets to Jordan. The pass to Gilmore. Chamberlain with the block. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yes, sir, fellas. They've had it going on big time.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Bulls trail by 3. Rose with the ball. 23 points for him the last game against Phoenix.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
And here are the Warriors now after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. To the paint. Here's Barry, guarded by Jordan. And it's the Bulls with the ball. The Bulls have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Now, here's Rose. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Warriors trail by 5. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. The Warriors have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. And it's Carter penetrating and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Mr. Incredible. First in rebounding, first in assists, and defensively, he controls the airspace like no other, ranking second in the league in blocks per game.
And, you know, just going back real quick to the fact that he rebounds so well. I mean, that's a tremendous... his feet. He's a monster in the paint.
And Vince Carter picks up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound pass. Good as the jump shot falls. And that's now 6 points for Rose.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here is Carter. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. And he gets it to go. The Bulls leading by 3. They get a hand on it. Now the dish to Jordan. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Jordan's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Bulls.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers.
but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. As we're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who with rim protection. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play, so they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here is Carter. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta. Carter's got 5 now.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
Curry with the steal. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Green, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here's Rose. He's got 6. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's Curry. 7 points in the game, and it's Carter penetrating.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Knocked loose. Passes it to Gilmore. Green with the block.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And they take the lead. Ellis has got his second bucket of the night. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Kept alive. Pippen. Up and in on the layup. Pippen's got 5.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And Green gets it to go.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Here's Rose. He's got 8. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though, and I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up in Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Durant's checked in for Garbage Man. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Jordan. Left side Rose. Here's Butler. And the shot is long.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can